You're watching KWQC TV, the news leader, making a difference in the Quad Cities. Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, we'll meet a new adoptable four-legged friend and get an update on a recent pet that made an appearance on the show, plus several upcoming fundraisers benefiting King's Harvest Pet Rescue.
A major milestone for one local business. We're catching up with the owners of Brick and Motor Boutique ahead of their Sweet 7 anniversary party.
And the Bix Museum is on the move. We'll get a sneak peek at the new space, see rare artifacts, and hear how the team is preparing to reopen just in time for Bix Weekend. You're watching Quad Cities Live. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. I'm Kyle Keel alongside my co-host Morgan Otier. Before we get to our first guest, a lot of great guests here that we have today. We do want to keep you up to speed on weather situation happening just north of the metro. We do have a flash flood warning in effect for portions of Scott, Clinton, Rock Island, and a sliver there of Whiteside County. You can see an hour loop of First Alert Live Doppler radar showing that heavy rain falling. Already, radar estimating about an inch of rain has fallen, and with it not moving, we could see another inch to inch and a half per hour. So if you come across a road that's covered with water, you want to turn around, don't drown, as we say, find an alternate route. Obviously, flooding making headlines across the U.S., so this is very important. We also have the potential for a few funnel clouds here through the early evening hours, and of course, I'll get you up to speed on all of the storms in the TV6 viewing area coming up in your First Alert forecast here in just a little later in the show.
All right, some good information there, Kyle.
Yeah,
thank you so
welcome.
much. Moving on now, whether you are a runner, a walker, or maybe just a wine lover, mark your calendar for an event that is as fun as it is meaningful.
Yeah, the 4th annual Wine Run 5K is happening Saturday, July 19th at Olathe Creek Vineyards in LeClaire. It's a fundraiser for an organization that provides adapted tricycles for children with mobility challenges, so a great cause there.
Yeah, very cool. Joining us today are Bryce Flaherty, owner of Olathe Creek Vineyards and Winery, and Katie Powers from Mississippi Bend Trikes. Thank you both for being here today.
Yes. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, well, this is going to be a super fun segment, and it's just a really beautiful cause. So we'll get to that with Katie in just a minute. Bryce, kind of give us an overview of this event. So you've been doing an event similar to this. It's been 4 years, but y'all have been partnering for 3 years now.
Yep. So it just started out as something fun, unique, trying to set ourselves apart. We have a wonderful 13-acre property, so we kind of wanted to find a way to use it all.
Yeah.
And this company approached us and asked if we wanted to do a 5K wine run, and we thought this would be fantastic. Let's do it. We've had up to 300 people do the wine run. I think right now we're around the 200 mark.
Okay.
So
Wow. This is unique.
Yes, very, very unique.
Yeah.
You don't get to run through a vineyard very often. So this is plenty of time to sign up still because it's next Saturday. So tell us, we can sign up for the run or the walk. We don't have to sign up for just the run and compete, right?
Yep, so you can sign up for either of them. You can sign up for the 5K or you can sign up for a 1 lap.
Oh, there you go.
The 5K is a 2 lap, but you're also welcome to just come out, celebrate. There's a food truck, there's a band playing, can donate to a great cause with the trikes.
Support the cause, yeah.
So whether you want to come out and run and have fun or just come join us, feel free. You can still sign up day of. It is online, the sign up, so they'll have extra shirts, cups, free wine pouring that comes with it in your bib.
Okay, wonderful. And we're going to talk a little bit more about the space in just a couple of minutes, but we want to chat with Katie really quick. Tell us about the organization Mississippi Bend Trikes, because that is who is benefiting from all of this.
Right. So we're grateful to be partnering with them to further our mission. We are a local chapter of a national organization called AMBUCS, which is a 501c3. So our mission is to provide adapted tricycles for children with mobility issues, whether it's special health care needs, cognitive deficits, physical limitations, and our goal is to provide it at no cost to the families.
Okay, and these are incredibly expensive to build. The retail price on them is also incredibly expensive. So that's just kind of a way I feel like to relay information for folks who are watching right now, because you buy a kid that isn't dealing with mobility issues, a bicycle, and maybe you get a little sticker shock there. Well, it is much different when you are looking at something like that.
And anytime the words adaptations or customization comes into the description of the product, the price skyrockets.
Yep.
So if a family were to purchase a tricycle like this out of pocket on their own, it could be thousands of dollars, $4,000 or $5,000. And so as part of the national organization, we get a hefty discount on the tricycles that we're ordering from our national company or organization. and then that's why we are fundraising, so we can provide them to the families.
Very nice.
Yeah, every little bit matters. And I just want to, Bryce, real quick, I just want to point out these running not trophies, but these little medals. There you go. Thank you, Morgan.
You're welcome.
You were calling them weird and quirky. I think they're awesome.
They're wine stoppers.
Yeah, so who gets these? I'm guessing.
So anyone who runs the race gets them, or if you just sign up.
All right, great.
So they have wine stoppers. There's a cork opener on that one, and the other, if you flip it over, it's a coaster.
It's a coaster.
Oh my
there you
gosh.
go.
They're functional, so you can actually use the medal
find the
instead of just
camera
hang
here.
it on.
Yeah.
Wait, that's really cool.
I love
Anyone
it.
who signs up and competes
Yeah,
gets
they
one
got
of
a
these, which is
poster.
so, because I know so many people in the running community that they love to sign up for 5Ks. They love to collect the different
Yes.
medals. And these are like so unique and fun. You did a great job with these.
Yeah, so Bryce, tell us a little bit more about the vineyard and the winery, because this was all started with you and your wife. Kind of started as a hobby first, and now it's turned into this.
Yep. So it started as a small hobby of making wine in our basement, and it's
look
kind
at
of
you
spiraled out of
guys.
control.
Aw.
So
In a good
Spiraled
way,
out of
right?
control.
Yep. It went from just making a couple kits to then my wife just loving the passion in the wine industry, talking with winemakers and all the wine pourers. And we just kind of went down the route of let's make more, let's plant some vines in the backyard, let's go to wine school, vineyard school. And then we found that property and we fell in love with it and thought, if we're going to do this, this is the perfect place. So let's
Yeah.
swing and swing big.
Beautiful area.
And you have. I mean, it is incredibly beautiful. Anytime anybody that goes past, like, on 67 there, like past Leclerc, and you see it, it's just so picturesque. It's beautiful. The building on the property is beautiful.
Well, thank you.
Great for events, and it's stunning. You brought wines with you here today, and you've poured a couple for
Yes.
Kyle and I to try, because folks who come out for this event, they're going to get to try some wines as well.
Yep.
Okay, so what do you have poured here? Kyle has a different one than I do.
Yes.
He's got a light.
So
he's got a white
Kyle's
one.
a sweet wine drinker, so we poured
Yes.
him our Peach Perfection.
Okay.
And it
or Peach
smells
Paradise,
perfect,
sorry.
yes.
And then you have our Riverboat Red Reserve, which is a bourbon-infused red blend,
Wow.
using
It
one of the grapes
smells-
off of our property.
It
The
smells
smells
really
are
good.
great. Yes,
Cheers.
cheers.
Do you guys have the same as us?
We do.
Okay.
And I mean, let's point out that this is, some of your wines are award-winning wines,
Oh,
correct?
wow.
They are.
Yes.
We've won nationally and locally, and I think we have some big things coming when the Iowa State Fair comes
Very
out.
good.
So
This
We're
is-
good. There we
fingers
go.
crossed on that one.
This is
Good luck,
fabulous.
yes.
This is really, really good.
you.
So this is the Riverboat one. Anybody that's going, that's what I
Get it.
remember.
Get
Anyone
it.
that's going next weekend, that's the one that you have to try.
Yes.
It is fantastic. Katie, getting back to you, just talking about the impact of this partnership. This is your third year partnering together. What kind of response do you get from parents, or I know you guys also, they do these adaptive bikes for adults as well, but I know you guys really focus on kids. I know your background, you work a lot with children. What kind of response do you get from these families?
A lot of these families have these beliefs that their child will never have the opportunity to ride a bicycle. Whether that's because it's financially limiting to
Yeah.
obtain one, or just physically it's not an option for them. So once we introduce the program to them and that there are options and we can adapt and customize to whatever their needs are, obviously that's very exciting for the families. And I always think that riding a bike is a
Rite of passage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Every kid should get
Yeah.
to do it,
Absolutely.
right? So
Yeah.
we have families that none of the children in the family ride the bikes because the one child that has mobility issues isn't. And so this
Yeah.
opens the door that not only them, but the whole family can
It's
now
a family
Yeah.
activity
do
now.
it with
And-
peers and community.
What's it like to gift one of these kids these trikes? I can imagine just the emotion on your side, but on their side as well.
Yeah, absolutely. To see the joy, not just from the child, but from the parents, or oftentimes when we do a fitting and a presentation, we
so
have
cute.
grandparents and siblings and cousins, and the whole family comes to celebrate.
It's a
Yeah.
big deal.
It's a big deal, and so to see their joy, oftentimes tears. I mean, it's
Yeah.
super touching. We have given almost 370 tricycles out
Wow.
since we began 8 years
awesome.
ago, and I still get teary-eyed.
Yeah, I can only
to see those
imagine you
first
do.
petals.
Yeah,
it's cool.
very cool. Okay, so before we let you guys go, Bryce, just talk a little bit to us about the after party. We're done running. There's going to be wine, which we've already gone over, but there's also going to be a little music and things like that.
Yep. So afterwards, we'll have a food truck there. I
Perfect.
believe the Full Nelson will be offering food, and then we'll have a band playing that night. So we kind of just turn it into a big celebration and let everyone relax. There are wine slushies as well to cool down
Ooh,
after
yeah.
the run.
Those are good.
They'll probably be hot.
Those
Yep.
are great.
They go pretty quick, but we'll
Awesome.
keep them stocked as much as we can.
Well, thank you
Yes.
guys. The
you.
Wine Run 5K is Saturday, July 19th at Alethea Creek Vineyard and Winery. The fun starts at 5 p.m. Registration is $40. You can sign up by visiting Alethea Creek on Facebook. You click the tab for events. It's going to be right there, and then you're going to find a link to get registered. Very easy. Bryce and Katie, thank you so much for all your work today, bringing this in, bringing
Yes.
the trikes in. We really appreciate it.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having us.
Thank you so
Still
much.
lots of time to sign up for the race, so
Yes.
get on that. All right, well, coming up on Quad Cities Live, King's Harvest Pet Rescue will join us in studio with an adoptable four-legged friend. We're also learning more about several upcoming fundraisers benefiting a nonprofit organization. Well, it is now time for Adoptable Four-Legged Friends, where we introduce you to pets looking for their forever homes. And today's guest is sure to capture your heart.
Yeah, very cute. Melissa Conway is joining us from King's Harvest Pet Rescue. Welcome back. And you brought along a very special pup named Forrest.
Sure did. Yeah, this is
Oh, Forrest, don't be camera shy.
He is
Come on
camera
now.
shy.
Yeah, he is our resident shy boy at our shelter. But he
come
is
here, buddy.
very excited to be here today, whether or not you can
Forrest.
tell.
It's like
buddy.
he knows he's on TV.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
guys, he's a little sweetheart.
He is.
So is that his personality? Tell us all about him.
Yeah, so he's a 4-year-old lab mix, and he is just the gentlest dog I think I've ever met. He loves kids, loves
him.
people, loves other dogs.
Oh my
He's just so sweet. We can't believe he's still at the shelter, but
Yeah.
anytime people come to look at dogs, he tends to go to the back of his kennel and hide a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, that could be the reason. So you just, he's, you got to get to know him a little bit. So what kind of home would be good for him? I mean, does it matter if there's kids or other pets or?
No, he loves kids. We recently had a comfort and cuddle night at our shelter,
yes.
and he was loving all the kids, trying to play with him, laying
Okay.
down with him. So he would be really a good fit for any home that's willing to give him the time to settle in.
That's great
All right.
news.
So would he fit in with maybe a home that has other dogs or other pets?
Yeah, he would. He has no issues with other dogs as long as they give him a minute to get to know them.
Sure, yeah.
My favorite thing is that he is like, absolutely not today. I don't want to be.
I don't want to be on the
like,
camera.
we got started with this segment and he fully like knew what was going on and turned
Yes.
around and faced the other way.
He was facing the camera earlier, and the
was.
second we went
Was,
live,
right when
he
we
said,
came in.
"Oh no."
Does not want to be
He
live
heard
today.
the music and he's like, nope, not today.
So cute. Okay,
Yes.
so we want to do a quick update on a pup that you brought here recently, just last month, Sevi. So that is, you may remember,
Look at her.
so cute, 6-year-old shepherd mix. Sevi's still looking for a home.
Yeah, she is.
Oh
We're
my
so
goodness.
surprised.
Aw.
She is such a sweet girl.
She
She's
is.
very,
Very sweet,
energetic.
Yeah.
She's very polite. She has manners.
She's
a really good
adorable.
dog.
Yeah,
So
she
the
was
one thing,
fun.
yeah, and the one thing we want to point out with Sevi is that she would be best fit with a home that has no other pets. So, that could be kind of deterring people a little bit. But if you're looking to just have one little dog around, Sevi might be a good fit
She'd be a
for
good
you.
one to spoil.
Yeah,
Spoiling Sevi. Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously you're a nonprofit, always looking for ways to raise money. So you got some fundraisers that we want to talk about. So the first one we're going to talk about is Pints and Paws Blood Drive. So you're teaming up with the American Red Cross coming up.
Yeah, we're really excited about that. It starts tomorrow.
Perfect.
So we'll be on site 12:30 to 2
Okay.
on the 9th and the 10th.
Okay.
So you can come give blood and meet some of our animals. I know Forrest is going to be there one day, so if you'd like to meet him in
Okay,
person,
there you go.
you should
There's your
come
chance.
and
He's a good buddy to take with on places, right? Like it just seems like he's just very calm and gets
He
along with
is, yeah,
everybody.
he-
So very
So
sweet.
noon to 6 p.m. Both tomorrow, July 9th, as well as on Thursday, July 10th. So mark your calendars there. And if giving blood is not your type of thing, you've got that cuddle event that you were just talking about. You're going to have another one coming up as well.
Yes, we are. So our shelter is right out where the air show takes place
Yeah.
every year, which gets really, really loud.
Yes.
Freaks
Sure.
out the animals. So we're having a comfort and cuddle night the day of the air show.
Oh,
so
that's a
it'll be
great
all
idea.
day while we're open. People can come in, spend time with the animals, and help keep them calm and regulated
That's so
during the air
great.
show.
I have to ask, like with the recent Independence Day holiday and with all the fireworks going off, you had hosted one. I mean, how did that go? Does that really, really help a lot to have folks come in and volunteer? I saw lines out the door.
Yeah, we had 102 people come to our
Wow.
event, which was fantastic.
That is awesome,
So
yeah.
thank you to everybody who came. It makes a huge difference for our animals.
Good.
Yeah.
That's very sweet. Okay,
Yeah.
Clear the Shelters, also coming up in
Big
the month of
event, yeah.
August. So we talk about it every year. Do you have any idea at this point what kinds of promotions or maybe special events that people should keep an eye out for?
Yeah, we're going to be running some sales. We're going to to be having some special events like the Comfort and Cuddle Day,
Okay.
where people can come in and meet our animals.
Yes.
And the whole goal is to just get as many adoptions to really loving, fantastic families as possible.
Very cool. A great idea.
Yeah, most definitely. So we're looking ahead to August, and now let's jump to September, because September 13th, you've got an event called Rescue Rocks at the Tangledwood.
Yeah.
So tell us a
Fun.
little bit more about this. This is intriguing.
Yeah, I'm so excited about this
Yeah.
event. Tangledwood is hosting Rescue Rocks. We'll have live music and food. It's going to be super, super fantastic. We've got some big sponsors coming in, so we'll be announcing a little bit more closer to the event. But yeah, September 13th, it should be a lot of fun.
And talk about the ways events, specifically ones like this, really support your mission at King's Harvest. I mean, where that money is going and how it's really benefiting you all, your entire team, but also the animals there.
Yeah, for sure. Our rescue runs solely on donations. We don't get any kind of funding, so every single thing we do for animals, we rely on our community sponsors,
Wow.
donations for.
Yeah.
So something like Rescue Rocks helps us raise money. And what money can do for us is medical treatments
Yep.
mostly. So kittens and puppies who need shots, spay and neuter to be
Sure.
adopted out, that's what money goes towards. And then any kind of health surgeries, dentals, emergencies.
Yeah.
So it really helps us be able to say yes right away to treatment for our animals.
Wonderful.
And these events are also a great way to meet all the animals that you have in the shelter, including Forrest. So how can people go about the adoption process? Like, they want to start, maybe they like Forrest. Like, yeah, I got to meet him, but
Yeah.
first we should probably sign up for the adoption on the adoption form, right?
Yeah, so you can either come to our shelter. We're open 10 to 5 Monday through Saturday and fill out an application. We also have it available online. So you can go ahead and fill that out, and you can either put Forrest's name or the name of a different animal, or just that you're interested in a dog. And then once you're approved, we'll have you come in, meet them in person. Your dogs will meet our dogs if you're interested in a dog. We'll do that meet and greet setup, and then we'll go from there.
Wonderful.
The minute we go to commercial, I know he's going to turn around.
Yeah, he will.
Well, King's Harvest Pet Rescue is open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday. If you are interested in adopting a pet, or even wanting to become a volunteer, you can head to the website kingsharvestpetrescue.org, or you can follow along and see all the cute animal pictures on
Yeah.
Facebook. Melissa, thank you so much. Forrest, thank you.
Good boy.
Yes, good boy.
Yes,
we'll get you
good
out there. Yeah, we're
boy.
talking about you.
He's shy. Okay, thank you so much. Still to come on QCL, it's a sweet celebration at Brick and Motor Boutique. From cotton candy mimosas to custom tote bags, we'll show you how this local favorite is marking 7 years in style.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Celebrating 7 years of style, community, and creativity, from exclusive designs to fun freebies, delicious snacks, Brick and Motor Boutique is marking a major milestone with a Sweet 7 anniversary party this weekend. Co-owners and sisters Lauren Corwin and Haley Sparkman are here to tell us all about it. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
That is so exciting.
Thank you.
7 years.
I know, it's crazy.
It's amazing. Okay, so Lauren, I'll start with you, but I want to ask both of you this question. How does it feel to reach that 7-year milestone? Because I gotta say, I've been around the Quad Cities for a while now. I think it's like probably 15 years. I remember when you guys first got started. I remember your mobile, like
Yes.
the first time that I saw it. I can't believe it's been 7 years.
I know.
How does it feel?
It's crazy. Just like that first Bix weekend was when we opened, and it was
Yeah.
like working like 10-hour days every single day that weekend, and it was crazy. But we just like dove. Both of us just dove in. We quit our
loved it.
jobs. We just did the thing, and
Yeah.
we are still in business.
That is awesome. No, truly. I mean, that deserves a round of applause. It is so, so tough. We talked to a lot of small business owners on the show, and it's not easy. It's not an easy life. What about you, Haley?
It's been a wild ride, but we've learned a lot, I would say, throughout the past 7 years, and we've learned to pivot and get creative, and now here we are.
You just kind of have to roll with it, I guess.
Absolutely.
So Haley, we'll stick with you. Tell us a little bit about the Sweet 7 anniversary party. It's going on a couple of days, so what can shoppers expect?
It is. It's this Friday and Saturday, and Friday will be open extended hours, so we'll be
Okay.
open noon to 6, and then Saturday 10 to 3. And we're going to have a lot going on. So we're going to have like free promos. We have T-shirts that we designed ourselves, and they're screen printed locally that we'll be giving out with a certain amount of purchase. And then we have cotton candy machine. And we have drinks. We have mimosas. We have so many things.
Yeah.
And a sale rack, and of course all of the new arrivals also.
Rivals. And yes, I have to talk about the theme too, the whole sweet theme. How did that, Lauren, all come together? How did you guys think of that theme for this? This whole
Yeah.
cotton candy thing.
I know. I think Haley had it in her mind on for a while,
Okay.
and she was like, you know what, we need a cotton candy machine.
Yeah.
And she's like, we're doing sweet, we're doing clouds. I'm like, okay. I'm like, let's do it.
I went with it.
Yeah,
Purchase.
it is such a cute idea. I love that whole idea. We love a little sweet snack when we're shopping. Okay, so you're also going to have some exclusive merch. So you've mentioned this a couple of times with the screen printed T-shirts, also some totes. So where did you come up with the idea to do that and for the design for that?
Yeah, we love doing exclusive things, especially for our, our loyal customers who we know will be coming to this event. So we kind of just played off the sweet theme, and it says life is berry sweet, and it has like bows and berries on it, and then it has our name, Brick and Mortar Boutique.
Yeah.
And it will be the same design on the tote bag. So we're very excited for that. I'm actually picking them up today. So.
Well, that is so exciting. I'm so happy we could have you on and hear all about it. Let's talk about some of the clothes. Okay, you
Yes.
brought some items with you here today. So, Lauren, we're going to find these on shelves and hanging on racks this weekend.
Yes, tons of boxes just came in. So basically, this is kind of a sneak preview for fall.
Yeah.
So this is just our transitional assortment that we're kind of getting in, but we're like, let's launch it now. Like, I know people aren't necessarily thinking fall yet, but like, we're getting there.
Yes.
I know you are not alone in that. I mean, I'm already starting to see, like, we are planning ahead, right? We've made it halfway through summer, and so people are starting to pick out some certain things. It's just nice to have.
Right.
So tell us about some of the items that you brought, like really cute sweatshirts.
Yes.
The bows all over it.
Thank you. Yes,
Adorable.
the bow trend is still going strong, and we're definitely here for it. And all of our trucker hats.
Oh my gosh, I need this one.
They've been such good sellers
Go
for
ask
us.
your dad. That is so funny. I love that.
Yeah, so we just got a reorder of all of our hats. We bring all of them to the Freight House Farmers Market with us too. And then, yeah, of course, our styles. We got some shackets, like Lauren said, a little early this year,
yeah.
but we're always
Layering.
Yeah,
We're always
layering.
out here
Yes,
layering,
exactly.
right? We're in the Midwest. You never know when you're going to need a shacket over your tank top. Very, very
Exactly.
cute. And then you've got the dress that you have on today.
Yes,
Yes.
the gold buttons.
This is good anytime,
Yes,
right? We
it
don't need to be
is.
fall.
Exactly.
And are you wearing something from the
I
boutique
am,
as well?
yes. This dress is also from the boutique. Yeah, it's kind of
love
like a
that.
similar style,
It's
similar
got
cut to
kind
that.
of like a denim texture
It
to
does.
it.
Yep,
So,
it's
okay.
denim, but it's still kind of lightweight.
It
you know?
is, yeah. But just so people at home know, like, what it's going to feel like and fit like, it's got that
Absolutely.
nice structure to it,
Yes,
which
it
I think
does.
people really like. Very, very cool. So you guys are going to be doing some cool promotions and some giveaways. So kind of take us a little bit through the tiers. So it's
Yeah.
like kind of like you spend $50 and you get a really cool, like, you get a goodie bag, right?
You do, yes. So you'll get a berry sweet goodie bag
Okay.
filled with like different like fruit accessories, kind of. We all have
Cute.
everything's themed,
Yeah,
of course.
I love it.
And then if you spend $100, you'll get the gift bag and our exclusive tote bag. And then with $200 spent, you'll get a T-shirt, the tote bag, and the gift bag.
Very, very nice. And you always are bringing in really fun other like small business owners and vendors and things. You really you spread the wealth, you share the love. So on Saturday, you're doing permanent jewelry.
Yes,
Yes.
our girls are coming back in. So we have a couple that I've had these on for almost a year now, and it has like my girls' initials on it. I have a bow, and then just like the little black chain.
Yes.
I didn't know that you could do that with
Yeah.
the initials.
Yeah, they
there.
do a great job. It's fused by AC & Co., so they'll
Okay.
be there Saturday from 10 to 1.
Okay, they have all kinds of options for folks. Okay, so looking back over the last 7 years, Lauren, I'll ask you, how has the business evolved? I know Haley talked about you guys have had to pivot and do things like that. I mean, through COVID and all kinds of stuff. What do you see for your future, and how have you guys had to change over the last 7 years?
Yeah, it's such a long time that like I've had 2 babies
Oh my
between
God, I
the time we
know.
opened and
Yeah.
now, so that always makes us pivot a little bit more because Haley's lifting a little bit heavier now. But we like our events. We just keep going to new events. We keep getting asked to do new pop-ups, like new charm necklace.
You're like a
pop-ups.
household name at this point here in the Quad Cities.
I love
which is
that.
like it is. It's very cool. I know I've got a 6-year-old, and when she sees that truck right there, trailer at the farmer's market, it's like a must stop.
I
and
love
her dad
that.
takes her, so I'm
Yes.
sure you've seen her.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So
She's one of our regulars.
Yeah, she's a regular, absolutely. Every Saturday morning, she loves it. And Haley, before I let you guys go, what are you loving most about just kind of being part of the small business community here in the Quad Cities?
I was going to say, I think that's one of our favorite parts, honestly, is just being a part of it. There are so many great small businesses out there who have, I felt like, just welcomed us with open arms.
Yeah.
And then now having our loyal customers customers that, I mean, we've been invited to their weddings. We've gotten so close to some of our customers. It's just amazing to see the support that we've received.
Well, I just love that, and I love that photo that we have on the screen right now. Very, very cute with the newspaper. Well, you're going to want to celebrate Brick and Motor Boutique by stopping by the Sweet 7 anniversary party on this Friday, July 10th from noon to 6, and Saturday from 10 until 3. You can shop anytime, of course, though, by visiting them online at brickandmotorboutique.com. Lauren and Haley, congratulations on 7 years. That's very exciting. Job well done, and thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you so much. And just ahead on QCL, the Bix Beiderbecke Museum has a new home, and the grand opening for that new space is planned for a very special upcoming Bix weekend. We're going to get a sneak peek at the progress. Plus, a July calendar full of events and activities geared toward kids, teens, even adults, and it's all free. We'll get a preview from the Cole Valley Public Library.
Heavy rainfall out of these. It's still very humid. That flash flood warning continues for parts of Clinton, Rock Island, Scott, and Whiteside County. We'll track out the storms and let you know if there are any more in the forecast coming up in your full first alert forecast in the next half of Quad Cities Live.
Accurate and reliable. This is your First Alert Forecast with meteorologist Kyle Keel.
Well, we do have some scattered showers, even a few thunderstorms across the KWQC viewing area. They're very few and far between, but where you're getting the rain, you're getting a good soaking because these have been heavy rain producers. That flash flood warning for portions of Clinton, Rock Island, Scott, and Whiteside County does continue until 8:45 this evening. But as we zoom in here on First Alert Live Doppler radar, the good news is that very heavy rain that has certainly dissipated a bit. So that's great news. However, we have had reports of it's almost 3¼ inches of rainfall in this area. In fact, Glens Creek Golf Course there, just north of Parkview, has had a report of 3.36 inches of rainfall in just that short amount of time. Luckily, that area is drying out just a bit, but we still do have some scattered showers and storms across the viewing area. We had right around Clinton, east of the river there into Fulton, we've got some heavy rain falling, even a few rumbles of thunder. This is now heading into Morrison, so heads up there, some heavy rain just off to your west. As we head into Henry County, Illinois, Cambridge, getting hit with some heavy rain, especially just north of town there. I do have a strong thunderstorm there between Cambridge and Woodhull. You go down 74 into Knox County, Henderson, Galesburg, Knoxville getting hit with some very heavy rain as you're traveling down Interstate 74. Abingdon, you're getting that heavy rain as well. And again, these are very, very hit or miss. So it could be a situation where you're in Grandview and then you drive off to the southeast toward Port Louisa and you're getting drenched with rain as that crosses the Mississippi River into portions of Mercer County. So this is going to be a situation this afternoon where we have a thunderstorm develop. It could rain itself out, dissipate, and then produce another thunderstorm a few miles to the east. And this is all under an area of low pressure that's spinning overhead. It's not necessarily a strong low pressure system, but it's providing just enough spin that there could be a couple of funnel clouds possible as well. But the overall tornado risk is pretty low this evening. But the First Alert weather team will be keeping an eye on each and every one of these storms here. As we look at First Alert Everywhere Camera Network, you'll notice, a lot of cloud cover, seeing the rain off to the north of the Quad Cities, and that's going to continue here through about sunset, and then we'll kind of dry out overnight. But those temperatures will dip down into the mid-60s. Still quite humid as you wake up early tomorrow morning. And I think as you do wake up tomorrow morning, there could be a little bit of fog with that humidity and the recent rainfall in place. So as we head through the evening, again, by sunset, we'll see the rain dissipate, and there's that potential for a little patchy fog early on your Wednesday morning. Heading through the day, we'll see some fair weather clouds, maybe an isolated shower, but the overall risk is pretty low. And then we'll keep things dry here as we head throughout the overnight hours Wednesday, even most of your Thursday looking dry as well. But as we head Thursday night into Friday, that's when we are tracking our next round of some showers and thunderstorms. We'll go for highs in the mid to upper 80s. Still quite humid as well. So Friday into Friday evening, we might have a few stronger storms. We'll have to watch for any severe weather potential, but that rain should wrap up sometime on Saturday, leaving us with dry conditions on Sunday. And yes, it's still summer. It could be close to 90 degrees here as we head into Monday next week. So definitely have the First Alert weather app. Check the radar before you head out, because it's going to be one of those situations where you're at right now, it's dry, but maybe the location you're headed to could be dealing with some rain, Morgan.
Yeah, all kinds of pop-ups. It feels like we waited so long for it to really feel like summer, right?
Yeah.
It was like cold and cold and cold, and we're like, what's going on? And now it's like consistently humid and hot, you know?
Yeah, it's here. I mean, we've had several straight weeks of all these 80s and the humidity. So I'm sure those kids are really enjoying it, being able to go out in the sprinklers and the pools.
Yes, absolutely. All right, Kyle.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Coming up on Quad Cities Live, the Bix Beiderbecke Museum is getting a new home just in time for Bix Weekend, and we are getting a first look inside the space ahead of its grand opening. Next.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
The Bix Beiderbecke Museum and Archives is entering a brand new chapter just in time for this year's Bix 7 weekend and Bix Jazz Festival, The Move, prompted by some recent flooding, along with really a push for greater visibility, is nearly complete with a grand reopening coming soon. Director Nathaniel Kraft joins us now with a sneak peek at the progress and what it all means for preserving the Bix legacy. Nathaniel, thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, absolutely. And you brought some really cool stuff with you. So I'm excited to talk with you. A lot of people may not even know that you guys were embarking on this big move. It is a very big deal for the museum and archives. Talk a little bit more about why your team decided that this was the right move.
Yeah, in 2023 we flooded and we were closed for about 6 months. And we've been in the lower level of the Redstone building since 2017. It hasn't been very visible. There's like 8 or 9 tenants.
Look at that, yeah.
And due to the flooding, we decided maybe we need to get out and find a place that's a little bit nicer. So we found a place downtown Davenport, so we don't have to move too far, and it's going to be on the first floor. Hopefully no more flooding. It's on the north end of 2nd Street, so the water shouldn't reach us. And people can see us just walking down the street now.
That is really, really nice. I mean, when you talk about visibility, I mean, I assumed that's what you meant. And it's like the accessibility of just getting that person in off the street potentially that wants to come and learn a little bit more. So that's got to be very cool. Anything else that this new location kind of offers that's different? I mean, aside from that visibility aspect of it?
Yeah, it's a little bit more space. We're going from 1,600 square feet to 2,100 square feet.
Nice.
We'll have an office space for staff and volunteers, but then also we'll have some temporary exhibit space as well, so we can have some things that have been in storage for years upon years because it just doesn't fit our exhibit. But now we have more space for it.
Now people can see it. Okay, so where are things at right now in terms of the moving process? Because you know, you guys are right in the thick of it, just trying to get things open to the public. Sometime this month. It's a lot of stuff, and it's stuff you got to be careful with, right?
Yeah, we finished painting our space over the weekend. They're working on our lights and then our ceiling, and then after that our flooring needs to be done, and we're ready to move the exhibit. So it's a little bit more construction, and then actually carrying things from the old space to the new space.
Yeah, which you know, can be a little bit crazy. So roughly how many items do you have? I mean, I'm picturing just like boxes upon boxes upon boxes of stuff that's been acquired and donated, and it's just like I mentioned, I mean, these are artifacts, so to speak. I mean, you brought something with you today that's what, 100 years old. Talk about what we've got on the table here in front of us.
Yeah, so this year marks the 100-year anniversary of Bix Beiderbecke recording Davenport Blues, his first made music song that he did. He also did a piano composition of it. So that is the piano composition he wrote in 1928. And the record, a group he did with a band in 1925 that he recorded at Jeanette Records in Richmond, Indiana. So,
and that's what you brought here with you today. That is crazy. Okay, so again, I can't imagine moving these things and also trying to preserve them. It's like once you find a space, you kind of expect that this stuff will stay there, and you won't have to make these big moves. But you're doing it. So what has been the biggest challenge so far of this entire operation?
Oh, it's a lot. I mean, I'm learning a lot of things about construction and working with contractors, you know, getting leases signed and negotiating all of those things. That's something that's not really used to, you know, a museum director doesn't normally do things like move a museum. You know, and making sure the objects are okay. I mean, that's a big thing. We have 3 pianos. 2 of them are north of 800 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
We have to carry, you know, across the street, and, you know, we have about 24 instruments on top of that, and a lot of old phonographs, things like that, a lot of old woodwork. And so a lot of these things, they're about 100 years old.
You have to be so careful.
And it's all that, and then we have all of our hardware, so cases and things like that. They're not really light either. You know, we have walls that we get to tear down and move, and platforms and stuff. So it's a lot. It's a lot of manpower and lots of muscle too.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and you brought an instrument with you here today. So we'll actually be seeing this played
in the upcoming Bix Fest.
Yes.
Correct?
So this trombone was owned and played by Miff Mole. He's a jazz musician from the 1920s onward, who played with Bix on several records. This is a 1928 trombone that you could actually hear in some of the songs that Bix recorded with them. It's going to be on display in the new museum with alongside Red Nichols' cornet, who was another cornet player during that period. Miff and Red were kind of a duo like Bix and Trombauer were. And so they were a pretty good duo, and we have instruments for both of them that they played during that time. And this instrument, because it's been recently acquired, we're letting a musician at the Bix Festival in the first weekend of August play at the festival.
Yeah.
They're doing a special set on Miff's music.
That is super cool. Thank you so much for bringing that in today and showing that off. One big change as we run out of time here for the segment is that admission will no longer be free at the museum. So it's going to be, entry is going to be ticketed. And I want you to talk a little bit about why that shift is so important, you know, for your organization, for the museum.
Yeah, we've always done, you know, by free will donation, and we want everyone to see the museum.
Yes.
But we realize with the new space, it's new challenges, new costs. We want to be able to make the museum more than just a stationary exhibit. We want to have temporary exhibits and bring things in and stuff. And so the admission is going to help us make it a bit more worthwhile, and it's going to help us, you know, stay around for a while. We've closed due to 2 floods. We closed from COVID. We've had so many closures that, you know, it's been hard to kind of get a footing, or traditionally just finding us was the price of admission itself.
Yeah.
And now that we're right downtown, you know, we're mindful that, you know, sometimes, you know, the admission kind of sucks. And so we're going to find ways to make it free, you know, maybe some weeks during the summer and things like that, just so everyone can see us still.
Absolutely. I mean, all our museums do it, so why not you guys? And this is a way to help you stick around for longer, maybe add some really cool programming at some point in the future for the museum, and just keep that legacy alive, you know, which is exactly what you're trying to do. Okay, the new Bix Beiderbecke Museum and Archives is located at 112 West 2nd Street in Davenport. You can also visit them on the web anytime at bixmuseum.org. We'll be looking forward to your big grand reopening announcement. Nathaniel, thank you so much for being here today and bringing all this really cool stuff.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Next on Quad Cities Live, summer may be halfway over, but the calendar of events is heating up at the Cole Valley Public Library. We'll preview the fun next.
The Quad City Times Bix 7 is celebrating 51 years of running. Watch all the action live Saturday, July 26th on KWQC, the KWQC live stream, or the KWQC Smart TV app. The pre-show starts at 7:30 and the race takes off at 8 a.m. with TV6 exclusive live coverage. Sponsored by John Deere. This historic homecoming features runners from across the nation and the world. Watch Beat the Elite as runners compete against former Olympians and current elites. Bix 7, July 26th, live on KWQC.
This sweater? New? No. I've washed it 30 times with Persil. The color's still vibrant for out late, out cold, outside. It's vibrant wash after wash. Clothes look newer for longer with Persil.
At US Cellular, we created an event to celebrate our customers, like Luana here, called Us Days.
Yeah, they give us special rewards and exclusive deals in everything. It almost feels like we're part of a cool club together.
Sure does.
Slide, connect. Woo, woo, woo. Hug, shake.
Us Days just got bigger. All customers get a free phone with no trade-in.
My skincare advice? Use All Free Clear detergent, the #1 brand recommended by dermatologists. It's free from fragrance allergens found in leading scented detergents. Caring for your skin starts in the laundry room. Wash with All Free Clear.
My name is Emma Nolan. I'm a 17-year-old girl and I'm a lesbian. I was feeling sorry for myself, but after talking to some friends, I decided to take all of that awfulness and make something good out of it. So I wrote this song for all the people in the world that just love someone in a way that the rest of the world can't understand. I'm sure we all have stories to tell, so here's mine.
Wednesday on Quad Cities Live, porches, pools, and patios. We'll tell you about this community-wide tour of several outstanding outdoor living spaces in Geneseo, along with a new wedding venue you won't want to miss.
Speaking of impressive celebration spaces, the Bend Event Center will be here with a closer look at the amenities catering options and services available for birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, holiday parties, and much more. We'll see you Wednesday at 3 right here on QCL. Well, now that we're halfway through summer, parents, you may be wondering, okay, what else is there to do with the kids that we haven't done already?
We are wondering that.
Yes.
Thank you so much. There are plenty of events happening for people of all ages at the Robert R. Jones Public Library in Cole Valley. Kaylee Floyd is here to give us a rundown of all the fun things happening this month at the library. Welcome back. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's start with some of the activities for toddlers and families.
Yeah.
There's going to be Tuesday Tales at the Park. This is an ongoing program.
Yes, so we started it in June. I was actually out there today. It was really hot.
So we had some hot
days. We do
days.
it as long as it's not like pouring down rain to ruin the books. So we had a nice little group today, but teams every week. So this next week coming up, we're doing all sports or playtime themed books. So that's some of my assortment up here. And sometimes,
cute.
depending on the theme, I might bring some extra stuff too that gets kids more involved with the theme. So I'll probably have some extra balls and things for them to play with at the park.
Very cute.
And the nice part is the park is has recently been remodeled this past spring. So it's really, it's a nice setup and very safe for
there's the
younger
schedule
kids.
on the screen right now. So just a whole lot of fun stuff to come.
Absolutely.
Ice cream for ice cream. The 29th.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be a big one.
Hint.
That'll be a big one.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so, one thing that I like that you guys do is you're always looking to promote STEM, all the different activities that kids can do. And this next one is for the kids.
Yes.
You've got Tech Your It.
Yes. So we love art, but we also love pushing for STEM activities and technology and getting kids more involved in those aspects too. So we're kind of going to do like a robot exploration, kind of like a petting zoo. Some of the kids may have done some of these things before. We have our Ozobots. That one does like the special coding where you put like the different, depending on what you draw.
These right here, right?
That's these little guys.
Oh, the little guys.
The little guys.
See, I don't even know what I'm talking about. There you
and
go.
then you use like this markers just to make out the different codes for it.
Very cool.
And then we also have our Spheros that most of our kids know more of. That one we use like the tablet with. Same with our Dot and Dash. Those ones are so funny. I don't know if it'll make any noise.
Didn't we get one to say Quad Cities Live once?
We did.
Oh, did you?
Putnam Museum, I think, had them on.
Yeah, he's kind of chatty. They're kind of chatty and sassy if you want them to be.
I love that.
Those are my favorite for sure. So yeah, they're just like a fun exploration day kind of stations we'll have for the kids to try out different robots and learn coding.
I just can't, I didn't have anything like that when I was a kid.
Me either.
It's just really cool that kids who are more interested in these, these aspects, this field, that they have more at their disposal.
Definitely.
And you all are providing that. Okay, so next Thursday, the 17th, for the adults, it's the Creative Crafters program, which you guys have going on all the time. So what are we going to be making?
So they're upcycling some tin cans. So my coworker Angie made these really cute little
Angie.
4th of July themed ones for the example. But yeah, it's just kind of like your own creative spin on something that you can upcycle that you might have at home. She'll provide all the materials. So yeah, it just should be a fun crafting event for sure.
Yeah, that's fun. And you can make it whatever you want.
Yes, exactly. So we've got the toddlers, the kids, the adults. Now we got to talk about the teens.
Yes.
We got the Teen Makerspace.
Yes, Teen Makerspace. So that one's also on Tuesdays. This is like just an example I brought.
Wow.
But it's a whole go guides that we have that tells the kids like what different steps they'll need, the tools. We have a whole cart system that they go and kind of like shop for their supplies, and then they can make something cool. This one is a boat that goes. Like you,
Look at that.
Yeah. Get it to wind up, and then I usually bring like a tub of water and let them see if it'll actually move.
Sure, yeah.
Sometimes they might have to go back and adjust, so it's like a lot of trial and error. Teaching them like what might work, because like it gives you the basic steps, but then it also gives you the chance to take it a step further and make your own adjustments to your build.
Yeah. Wow, that is
neat.
I can't even imagine being able to like put something like that together. I think it is so cool. Okay, so if you need a last-minute idea, even just tonight, there's the family heirloom recipes from the Illinois State Fair. That's happening at the library at 5 p.m. So there's still plenty of time.
Yes. Come even if you don't have time to register. We should have plenty of room.
Oh, good.
So yeah, just stop in. She's got gonna have a presentation and share some good stories, and hopefully give everybody else some ideas too about how to better keep their recipes and tell some stories with them.
Well, yeah, because I feel like that's something that we may be kind of losing as generationally as we get older. So I love that idea.
Yeah, people love their recipes, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So you also have a lot more events to celebrate all things summer. So the PBS Kids Summer of Adventure program, it's making a stop at the Coal Valley Library.
Yeah, so it's on Saturday the 19th. It's a kind of like a digital story time.
The robots are
coming. Yeah. He might be stopping by. There'll also be some take and make kits that the kids can pick up. But yeah, it's always a fun one to have out there. She does a great job.
Yeah.
So yeah, it should be fun. Join us.
Okay, and then as time winds down, of course, we're going to have to wrap it up at some point, but Coal Valley Pandas.
Oh yeah.
Past and present roundtable.
Yes.
I love this.
So we had this, I think a couple months ago, and it was kind of more presentation-like and showing all the things that they brought. But now we are asking for you guys to bring your yearbooks and your stories and photos to share. So like there might have been some gaps that they might not have been able to fill that hopefully you going and experiencing it the first time will bring that out to bring some stuff to you.
What a great idea.
All right, so if you grew up in Coal Valley, break out everything from your childhood and bring it to the Coal Valley Library. The Coal Valley Library is located on First Street, and if you want to register for any of the events or look at the events ahead, you can head to their website, robertojoneslibrary.org. Kaylee, as always, we appreciate you being here with us.
Thank you for everything. Yes, thank you. And thank you so much for watching.
Your local news at 4 is coming up next. We'll see you tomorrow.